What's up, y'all? This is Revolution 472, and I just got the HTC EVO 3D on Friday, and I was gone this weekend, so I was going to review it, but I can review it now. So, there's going to be two parts to this. First part is just about strictly the phone and what it can do and can do, pros and cons. Second part is going to be like about, the marketplace, or, you know what, fuck, I'm just going to throw it on one big-ass review, screw it. Alright, so, when you turn it on, I'm a Sprint subscriber, or Sprint member, whatever the fuck. So you could fully customize it. It's kind of like, think about it in general, it's like a jailbroken iPhone that could do way more. So right here you have all your little things. You have phone, mail, camera, message. You could change those if you want. You got a little ring. Slide it up. I didn't really like that. I wish it was the other one from the 4G, from the EVO 4G. But I mean, it's like any other layout. It's a pretty cool phone. I don't know if you can see it. I have a crappy ass camera, but or webcam. But it runs off of, what the hell was I gonna say? I don't know. But I mean, it's a cool phone. The only thing I didn't really like is when you like want to go to the next page. Sometimes it like, I don't know if you guys could see that, but it spins around like that into like smaller menus. So like you kind of have to like do it like slow, kind of, and what the hell? Yeah, you can't really just swipe it, because then it'll just go like in a merry-go-round. And it's kind of annoying when that happens, because you really can't stop where you want because it's going really fast. It's a lot more customizable. I realize that. It's a lot more options than I need, but it's nice to have them there. Just at first, this is my first smartphone, and it's just overwhelming. All the options you have, like on your iPod or iPhone, if you wanted to like put like a contact in there, like one of your friends' numbers, say like their name, their email, another number, and then like their picture, and that would pretty much be it. But this one, it's like nickname, all this other stuff, this Facebook thing, like Twitter, all this stuff is like in this, And I mean it's pretty cool, but I mean it's just overwhelming at first. But everything is customizable, from like the layout, just everything, skins, wallpaper, lock screen. So it's kind of like having a jailbroken iPod, if you will. Since I have the unlimited plan, I have everything. So it has pretty much everything you need. This is a badass phone. I don't really know what any of this means right now, but I'm just gonna say it. It's a 3.2 gigahertz processor, and it has 4 gigs of RAM. So it comes with the 8 gig memory SD card already installed. I don't know how to work that at all. I mean, I don't know how to save stuff too. But the big thing right here is I'm gonna get to that 3D. The camera, you could go regular camera, or you could like make your front face. So you could be like this when you take a picture and you see your face, or even a video. The camera is good, except for when you zoom in. It's like 5 megapixel camera, 3 megapixels below the EVO 4G. Camera's way better. Camera's in HD. Also shoots 3D. One thing about 3D, it sucks balls, basically. Like, how do I explain it? Like, it looks weird. Like, I don't know if you ever seen those cards where it's like a baby, like, let's say if this is a thing right here, this is a little thing with the baby. It has the baby smiling, and you turn it this way, it's like a devil baby, it just like changes. You know what I'm talking about? How, like those things at Disneyland, like, you can get those little cups that you rotate, and like the picture changes to like a different thing. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Hope you guys know. It's kind of like that, and it just makes it blurry, and you're like, oh shit, your eyes are all cross-eyed when you try to look at it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It came with the Green Hornet in 3D. That was pretty cool. The movie's awesome. It was in 3D, but I mean, on the sample pictures, it's just like, whoa, that's just too much. Like it just pops out, but it's just very blurry. Like there's a lot of like lines around the objects, and if you try, I took a picture of an everyday object, or like my mom or my sister, to see if it like looked 3D, and it did look a little bit 3D. I took it when she was driving, but I mean it didn't really stand out. It's not like the 3DS. The 3D is optional, but I mean 3D is not really that good on this phone. I mean, to me it wasn't. and it just made everything look more blurry, and it kind of just effed with your eyes, you know. But the switch is right here, as you can see, a little switch. Um, let's see what else. You know, I mean, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. You know, I thought was really cool. The GPS, how it tracks you. But I mean, the phone. Your layout is your friend stream. You can customize it. I put it so it's like the iPod. You got your calendar. You got your music thing. You got your favorite and your contacts, and also the 4G and 3G switches, and then you got your home screen. And then one thing I didn't like is how it just goes into all these little apps like this. It's cool scrolling down, but I mean, it would be cool to organize them. I mean, you could, but I mean that takes way too damn long. I mean, it comes with a whole bunch of apps already into it. A lot of apps you don't need, like NASCAR. I don't know who watches NASCAR. I mean, you know, preloaded with like soccer, basketball, or like football, but not NASCAR. I'm not some hillbilly guy. Anyway, as for the apps, it's One more thing. The battery life is pretty fast. I mean, no, fast. Well, the battery life's good. You know, the only thing is you know, one of the things I didn't like is, let's say if I open the Best Buy app, I click it. Alright, and let's say if I just exit out of it, it's still gonna be running in the background. So the app is still running, but you're not in it. So let's say if I just going around, I go into my gallery, and then I look at stuff, exit out, music, and then let's say if I go into like 5 apps, those 5 apps are gonna be running, which will drain your battery fast because you have like 10 or 5. You know, we have whatever apps going on at the same time. So you know, I downloaded the advanced task killer, and there's already all this stuff on that I didn't even want on. So you can kill those apps, save battery, but if you have all those on, it drains your battery really fast. Let's say if you just listen to music and that's it, you know, your battery will last a long time. But other than that, it's kind of like a computer with no battery. Like, I mean, it's like my laptop on full blast, running like everything. So I mean, the battery is good, but it's not good if you have like 50,000 things running at all the time. So you got to be sure to turn all that off. And the brightness is all the way down, because if you put the brightness up to like a little bit, like a quarter, like a fourth of the way, it's gonna drain the battery pretty fast. You got to be sure to kill all your apps from this task killer. Otherwise, even when your phone's in standby mode, those apps are gonna be running, and that's something. I'm gonna kill it again. See voicemail and okay, those things I need. But with the apps, the marketplace is, I don't know if you guys ever seen see 8 minutes, or I'm gonna cut off at 10. I don't know if you guys ever seen the Cydia, the Cydia store on Apple when you jailbreak it on the iPod. It's kind of like that. It's what the marketplace is, except instead of those boxes, it's like pictures. You know, layout's kind of a little bit of the same. I don't know. I just don't like the app store in general. I just don't like the layout of it. It just feels like, you know, I don't want to sound like a little girl or something like that, or I don't want to sound like women, but it feels like, I don't know. It feels like I don't want to download apps from this because it doesn't feel trusting. It doesn't really feel safe. I don't know if you know that. You know, I mean, I could show you. I don't know if you guys see it, but I mean, I just don't like the layout of it. It just feels like illegal, and just doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel like the apps. You know, the apps are felt, you know, safe, pretty, had little pictures. You know, but this is just like, you know, you're in fucking Mexico right here. You know, I just went to Mexico on this app store. You know, that's how it feels like. Everything is legal in this shit. I mean, you can download free music. There's some apps that are cool, but like I don't know if you can see it. Let me show it to you guys. Alright, so it's like this, and okay, you guys can't see it. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, you can't see it. But I mean, it's really, the app store's really not that good. And by the way, the apps suck balls. Games are fucking crap. You know, on iPod it's more for games and stuff. And you know, you have like more utilities on that, but there's some things you really can't do that you really wish you could do unless it's jailbroken. So I mean, that's for the iPod. You know, like on my iPod, I had to jailbreak it to get like free music and download videos from YouTube. But with this, there's one where you could if you could, and another thing is this doesn't have iTunes, so you just boom transport. Okay, it's 10 minutes ready. All right, we're gonna go 15. Screw this. We're going 15 minutes now. What's up, beast? This phone is 15-minute review, man. All right, I roll like that. Also, what you call it? It doesn't have iTunes, so you can just click and drag all your music from your computer or USB onto this. Boom, just like that. You don't have to go through any of this crap. You know, you can even do videos and pictures. It's beast, dude. And you can even upload videos. You can take a video of yourself. Like I could take a video right now myself. Boom, put it on YouTube and it on your YouTube account. It's that cool. I mean, this phone is a must buy. The screen is also smaller than the 4G. It's slimmer, it's lighter, and it's a little bit skinnier. But as for the screen, it's just way smaller. It's noticeably smaller. This is noticeably longer too. Like the EVO 4G is like this, and it's like maybe like this wide. I mean, it's not that much of a difference, but when you look at it, your phone looks small. So I mean, you could buy this one if you're into the 3D. 3D is not that good, or you could stick with the 4G. 4G is a good phone, but I don't know. I mean, if you have the 4G right now, I would say skip this phone if you have the 4G. If you have the EVO 4G, and only if you have that phone. I don't know about any other phones, but as far as I can tell, if you have the EVO 4G, skip this phone and wait till the 5G comes out, or maybe a better one. I got this phone because I had that crappy small little baby phone thing, so you know I got this, which I should have got the 4G. But I like this one because it's a faster processor, you know, more memory, has the added feature of 3D, which isn't that good, but I mean, you know, it's a good phone. The only thing I don't like is the marketplace, or when you scroll like that, it does that weird merry-go-round trolley thing. Let me show you again. See, you can see all your little apps. Just see what I'm trying to just. So anyway, but I mean, you know, it's cool on the iPod. I mean, you could download free music, set it as your ringtone. You could, you know, switch it up to what part you want the ringtone to be. You know, you can use soundboards. 3G all the time. I mean, that's cool. I mean, 3G all the time. Now I could, like, you know, go on Facebook, you know, like in the middle of the city, you know, or like on the road. But I mean, it's a cool phone. Marketplace could be a little bit better, and the options are overwhelming. But you know, it's nice they're there. You could also erase your music directly from your phone, which I found that's pretty cool. So I mean, as for the phone, I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5. It brings it down because of the side scrolly thing that's like spins. You know, that gets annoying. The options, I wouldn't really debunk it. The screen size is a little bit smaller, and I thought it was gonna be the same size, just slimmer. But I mean, the main thing too is, you know, the phone. I mean, the phone itself is great, but I've experienced some crashing. I didn't like that. That's why it brings it down half of a point. That crashing. Like as you can see here, like the buttons at the bottom are dark, right? So imagine the screen's dark, and the button lights would come on, but the screen wouldn't come on. It'd be like pitch black, and so you would have to take out the back and take out the battery and put it in again. I had to do that twice. I did not like that. I don't know what happened, and sometimes it was lagging. So I don't know if it's just because I bought it and it's like bugs and they gotta update it, but I mean, I don't know. You should probably wait if you want to buy this phone, but I'm saying if you have the 4G, don't buy this phone. If you don't have the 4G, buy this phone. It's worth it. You know. I mean, it's a little bit better than the 4G. It's better, but then it's a little bit worse. So, I mean, think about it like Killzone 3. It's better, but it's a little bit worse than its predecessor. I mean, so it's a good phone. 4.5 out of 5. As for everything else, like the apps and stuff, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. Like the marketplace and stuff. It's just because the marketplace doesn't feel, I don't know, it just doesn't feel professional. It feels unsafe. Like, you know, you're gonna get fucking whole bunch of viruses and shit. You know, probably find porno on this app store. You know, I mean, but the apps, you know, it's cool. I mean, you can do some pretty cool things with the apps. So I'm gonna bump it up half a point. So, phone and the app store and everything, get a 4 and a 5. A total, it's 4.5 out of 5. So I'm gonna give it that. It's a pretty cool phone, like I said. But yeah, this phone's badass. So I love you, phone. What was that? You love me too? I love you, phone. Let's go get married. Revolution Port 72. Peace.